Everything you ever wanted in a shotgun mic, all in one bag. I have a love-hate relationship with shotgun mics. This one might make that lean more towards love than hate, but let's open up this bag and see what's inside. This bag includes a couple of different compartments. You can see the zipper, so let's go ahead and open up this top compartment. Pretty excited about this. And what's inside is a wind muff. This one is nice and fuzzy for windy days. And then we have just a regular foam cover. Obviously, we're talking about a Comica microphone today, if you haven't seen this one already. And your standard cables are in here. We've got the TRS to TRS and then TRRS to TRS. This cable is for using your microphone with a smartphone. So that's what the TRRS is. And then this cable is because you can also plug this microphone into your computer. I guess I'll just take these out. I am recording right now wirelessly using the Rode Wireless Pro. Obviously, this is just transmitting directly into my camera, but I'm doing this wirelessly because this microphone that I'm showing you can also be used wirelessly, which is kind of rare when it comes to shotgun microphones. Let's go ahead and open this second compartment now. And look at what's inside. We have a mount. This is a shock mount so that this absorbs vibrations on your microphone when you put it on your camera or any type of a stand. We also have a receiver. So as I mentioned, you can use this particular microphone wirelessly. So it comes with a receiver, and then it does come with an additional mount that you can use to mount this microphone. And here it is, the Comica XM40. This is the microphone that we're taking a closer look at today. But what's special about this microphone is it has everything all in one case. What's really rare about making any type of a purchase these days is that when the manufacturer includes everything that you could possibly need to use that piece of gear, it's something I certainly appreciate. Comica provides that in this setup. And now let's take a closer look at all these components. Let's start with the microphone itself. This is a typical shotgun microphone. I would say it's a little large in size. It actually reminds me a lot of the Rode NTG, and all of the batteries are internal. So this is a rechargeable microphone. You do have to charge it. You cannot put batteries in it in case you're out on a shoot and the microphone runs out of battery. There's no way to replace the batteries, but it does hold battery life for a significant amount of time. Taking a closer look at this microphone, we have the gain knob here at the top. This is a physical knob that you can turn. It goes all the way from 0 to 10. I like this because you can visibly look at your gain and see where it's set. Whereas if you're looking at your camera, you can just see those levels. You don't necessarily know what gain you're set at. A safety button. This also pairs as the on-off switch. There's a record button, which we'll get to in a minute. There's high and low pass filter settings. And then on the side, you're going to see we do have an out port. This is where you can connect this microphone directly to your camera using a cable. And then we do have a USB port as well. What's nice about the USB port is you can also use this microphone with your computer. So you can plug it in and use it there. This is the wireless receiver. Now, this is where this microphone is really going to start to stand out. This operates just like a wireless microphone. So I'm using this microphone now. This is a transmitter or a microphone, and it is sending a signal to a receiver that's on my camera, and then it's plugged directly into my camera. So you can use this microphone as a wireless microphone. So that's what this receiver is for. You're going to plug this directly into your camera, and then I can send a signal from this microphone to this receiver. You can do this with shotgun microphones now. But you have to have the microphone and then an external wireless microphone system like the Rode Wireless Pro. So you actually have to make 2 purchases, but Comica makes it nice because they're just including everything in one nice package. This shock mount is nice because you can actually adjust wherever your microphone is going to either be forward or backwards on a camera. This is very helpful. I move the microphone if I'm shooting with a camera that has a viewfinder and the microphone's in the way. Well, all I have to do is slide. So that's in the rear position. I can just slide that microphone forward and it will allow me to set things up so that the microphone's not in the way of a viewfinder if I'm shooting photos or if I want to use the viewfinder to capture any video. And this wind muff is something else. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the microphone. So these wind muffs are used, if it's really windy out. I live in Las Vegas. It's actually really windy. It's very windy outside today. So this is super helpful. Also, here in the studio, I shoot with the air conditioning and the heat on, especially in the summertime. My air conditioning is cranking. So I can use this wind muff and really protect that wind from making its way to the microphone. And then this is pretty common. This is just a foam muff. This is going to give you some protection from the wind, or mostly plosive. So if I'm using this microphone, not necessarily as a shotgun mic, but maybe as a desktop microphone, I might use this foam cover instead. And you can see that makes it so the microphone doesn't look too big, but it's nothing like this thing. Still is going to give you the protection that you might need for your microphone. I did mention these a little earlier, but these are the cables that come in this kit. And Comica gives you little labels on each cable. You can see right there that this one is to use this to plug into your camera. And then this TRS to TRRS is to use this cable if you're using the microphone with your smartphone. So you can see those labels are really handy. And then, of course, the longer it's USB-A to USB-C. This cable is powered. It's got this little power mechanism on it. You can see that there. So this is probably a proprietary cable. I would label this. I label everything. So I would label this so that you know that it does go with this microphone. But just like the other items, this has a little label on there to let you know what you use this cable for. But keep in mind that you have your microphone and you have all these cables. You can use the microphone to plug your microphone directly into a camera or into a smartphone. And then the other thing you can do is use this wireless receiver, and you don't have to plug this microphone into anything. We'll just put it over here, pretend like we're hiding it. And then all you have to do is if you want to plug this receiver into your camera, well, you're just going to use this plug on the right-hand side, this out plug, and then this portion of the plug is going to get plugged into your camera. So I'm thinking we should turn this camera on. So let's go ahead, and if you click this safety button and just hold it down, you're going to see this microphone fire up. This does have one of the filter settings already turned on for it, and this little screen is super helpful. It's going to give you audio levels. It's also going to give you different information, like if it is connected wirelessly, it'll give you battery life on there as well. And it is small in size, I'll say that, but if you position this on top of your camera or even kind of turn this to the side a little bit, so if you're looking at your camera, you can just glance over and see, for instance, how much battery life is left. This is just amazing. So a lot of shotgun mics with internal batteries or internal power don't have a way for you to easily see what the battery levels are. And Comica, again, they're just including everything into their interface and into all the gear that is included in their kit, and it makes it so nice. This button right here is probably my favorite thing about this microphone. You can record your audio internally. So if you have this microphone connected to your camera, you can connect audio directly into your camera, but you can also record to the microphone. So you're going to have a backup of whatever that recording is. So let's go ahead and click the record button, and it's going to give you that little red indicator light. So not only is this microphone recording internally right now, but It's also recording in 32-bit float. So 32-bit float, if you're not sure what that means, it means that you can speak really softly, or you can also speak very loudly. And this microphone is never going, the recording inside the microphone is always going to be usable. So it just gives you a bunch of flexibility when it comes to the audio recording. This just gives you so much peace of mind. And again, on this microphone, there is that little red indicator, so you always know if this is recording. The downside is that you're recording 32-bit float on the microphone, and although you're capturing audio maybe directly to your camera or even your smartphone, you do have to sync the audio in post to take advantage of that 32-bit float. But either way, you get 2 audio recordings in this little setup, in this small size kit. And I'll tell you what, this is a lifesaver. Let's take a closer look at this receiver, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And to do that, I'm just pressing and holding the middle button here on the receiver. Now, this is the receiver, and this microphone is the transmitter. This is all you need. You don't need an extra piece of gear, kind of like you do with wireless microphones. So right now, we can see on the control, there is audio coming through. So I'm speaking directly into the shotgun microphone, and you're seeing those audio levels here on the receiver. So just as a side note, I am just talking about one microphone today, but using this receiver, you can connect up to 2 of these wireless microphones to this receiver. So you could use this for a interview style video. You could also use it for a podcast, anything where you might require multiple audio sources. You can use this setup with just this one receiver. And now you are listening to the Comica VM40. I have connected this microphone wirelessly to that receiver that's now connected to my camera. So what I can do with this microphone and what makes this system so versatile is that typically with a shotgun mic, you have to plug the shotgun mic directly into your camera using a cable. But in this case, I can use this wirelessly. Now, I am using it as a desktop microphone. So, if you're doing conference calls, or if you're live streaming, or if you want to record audio directly on your computer, this is how that sounds. This is how you can potentially set that up. You can also connect directly using that cable. This cable, the USB-C to USB-A, this is what you'd use if you want to plug this microphone directly into your computer. But again, there's just so many different ways that you can take advantage of this setup. Now, I do have this on a tabletop tripod right now, and you can certainly do this if you want to have the microphone in the image. But you can also boom your microphone overhead. So if you want to have that shotgun microphone sound, you can do this in an interview setup as well. You can use more than one of these microphones in your setup. Then you can have it so the microphone is out of shot and it is boomed above your subject or whoever is speaking into the microphone. Going back to the top of this microphone, remember the gain knob is right here, and you have all of these controls directly in front of you. So if for some reason your camera is out of reach and you can't adjust your gain settings, or if you want to make sure that your audio is in fact recording and sounds good and sounds nice, and that you have enough battery left in your microphone, it's all right here in front of you, no matter how you use this setup. I know I'm throwing a lot at you today because there are so many different scenarios in which you can use this microphone. And today, I'm just going to go over what comes in the kit, and of course, share just the general rundown of how this microphone works. If you hit the subscribe button and follow along, in next week's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I use this microphone in my everyday video production services. So thanks as always for tuning in, and I'll see you again in the next video.